back to my channel. So as you can tell from the title, today I'm going to be going over an update video, which I'm so excited about, for my 2021 temperature blanket. Couple little side notes: we are still living in the travel trailer because we are building a house, and it is really loud in there. You might still be able to hear it outside, sorry about that, but the AC going for the kids, so a little bit of noise, but I'm so excited to do the update that here we are. So for those that didn't watch my first video, I'll give you just a brief overview. So a temperature blanket is a visual representation in yarn of 1 year in temperatures. So for myself, I live in Western Washington. I decided to do 1 row a day for the entire year, representing the high temperature of the day. And I'm just using weather.com to get that information. So I am using different temperature ranges. You can see mine, I'll put them here on the video. But I created these temperature ranges for Western Washington specifically. So for example, if you lived in a very hot state like Arizona, you would want your ranges split up a little bit more in the higher numbers, and you could probably drop some of the lower ranges so you have more variety in your blanket. But basically, let's see here. This is the type of yarn I've been using. So the Red Heart Super Saver, and I'm using a US, what is it, H, I believe, the 5mm crochet hook. So for my blanket, I went nice and simple, and I just started with a long chain. I believe it was around 130, and I am just doing 1 row every day in all single crochets for the high of that day. Yeah, so you can do any variety of what you like. You can do different stitches, different colors, whatever you like. But for me, this is how it works. And also the best part, you don't have to actually keep up on it every day because this information is available year round. You can always go back and look at the highs. So even if you love the idea and want to start now, go for it. You can go back and start January. You can even pick out a previous year if it had some special meaning to you and you want to do that year represented in a blanket. Go back and look at that. I picked 2021 because it is the year that we are building our house for my husband, me, and a toddler and little baby, and I just wanted to remember this year visually in this piece. So I'm so excited, as we're about halfway through the year now, to show you how it's been going. Okay, here. Okay, so this blanket is about half the size that it will be when it's done, because we are in June, and that's about halfway through the year, in a couple days. So over here, you can see with these green colors was January. So here's the start of my year. Washington, Western Washington, tends to stay in the 50s a lot, so that was kind of my green range. We dropped a little bit in the 40s. So this is January. And then for just temporarily, I have these little markers on the side just for my own mind to see where it breaks up between months. I don't know if I'm gonna do some form of marking in the end or not, but just for right now. So then you can see February here. We did have our only snow days there during February. And then March here, we started bringing some yellow, which is a little bit warmer. And then we have April. Yeah, which actually ended up being really beautiful towards the middle. We hit our first red day, which for me in my chart meant 82 degrees or warmer for the high. So that is huge and really exciting for around this area, as sometimes we last a little bit gray and rainy pretty far into the year. That actually happened this year as well, but we had occasional beautiful days. What did I do? January, February, March. Yes, that was in April. So then May here. May was also beautiful, that we had some 70s. But yeah, as we keep on going, here we get to June, which is our current month, from here to here. And I actually had to do something really special here that I am excited about. So, as you can see, or you might be able to tell, we hit a couple different red days, which are the 82 or above temperatures. But Washington, Western Washington this year actually had something a little bit different. So we, a couple days ago, hit 90 degrees. So that doesn't happen every year here. Sometimes we don't even hit 80s. So I actually decided to go ahead and adjust my chart a little bit. So for 90 degrees and above, I added in a color. So it might be a little bit hard to see. It's the same type of cherry red, but it is a metallic color. So it has some of those sparkles in it. That's really gonna be useful for this coming up weekend. We are supposed to have a heat wave and hit 108 degrees, which is absolutely a new record for the day. Yeah, so that's where we're at. Adding in a new temperature. You can do that sometimes if needed. I've used all of my colors except for the very lowest one, which is, I believe it was less than 25 degrees or so as the high. You can confirm that on my chart. But basically, the cool part about the blanket is as you look at it, you can really visually see the year changing through the seasons. We're at summer now, but then obviously as we start continuing on, it's gonna, by the end of the year, look back like the beginning. So it kind of has that warm in the middle and going back to greens all the way back down to the colder temperatures. Maybe by the end of the year, December range, I will get that very cold temperature used as well. But that is where I'm at so far. It's about halfway done and I am really excited about it, and I'm excited to get to display it in the new house. So I want you to go ahead and comment below how your blanket's going or any ideas you have for these type of temperature blankets. What have you done a little bit differently? And go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss the final update of what it looks like. I'll see you next time. Thanks.